Hey, good evening, YouTubers. Welcome aboard. We are doing a special video tonight just for the YouTube crowd and might lead into something more here. Hang on just a second. Didn't want to cough in your ears there. We are maybe going to take this into um, a more in-depth look at this aircraft. Folks, version 1.8.1 released for the ToLis A319. And I'm here to tell you, folks, she got a lot of stuff in there. I mean, you thought you had stuff with 1.7? Get ready. It's still blowing my socks off. Now, granted, real world bus drivers may find this, well, hey, it's just normal. Me, not being a normal bus driver, just, my claim to fame is, hey, I flew Cessnas, Pipers, and Beechcrafts for, uh, in my teens. The real ones, not simulated. So, yeah, it's really, I mean, I'm just still putting my eyeballs back in their sockets. So, all right, well, without further ado, let's jump up in the plane and, well, let's start getting her ready to go. We're flying from Cebu, Cebu Pacific, an interesting airline, and up to Manila. It's about a 55, 56-minute run once we're airborne, and we'll see what kind of what kind of fun we can have up here. All right, so up into the cockpit we go. And we are currently under external power. And that's just about it. Now, there's a lot of things you guys already know about the plane. However, the big things that's come alive. First, starting over here, we actually have a takeoff page now, landing page, and checklists, along with our weight and balance we had before. That's a major milestone there, let alone the introduction of being able to use a lot more features within this lovely device and the ACAR unit, C-Dunk, whatever it's called. We're not going to get into that on this flight. I'm still way out of my element on there. But we're going to kind of, well, let's give you a little peek at it. Hang on a second here. We can come in here. We have both menus now working. I don't want to get into too many, and you can see what we can do with ATC before we start launching. Oh, there it did it. That's my only problem, folks. Every time I do this, it ends up putting me on the wrong page. That's okay. We'll start there. So, folks, the big caveat that you'll be hearing me say a lot, the manual is there in your ToLis folder in X-Plane. Use it, because, folks, the features that I'm seeing on there, if you have a Haughty login for ACARS, boom, you can put it in here. All you do is go to plugins, ToLis, open up the ISCS, head over here, and you can put that information in, your SimBrief ID, not your user ID. It's your numerical one. You got to go into your SimBrief account. I forget the whole thing off the top of my head. And take it there. Your Haughty, you got to head over to the Haughty site. Folks, it's all free. And that'll get you up. And that, folks, as I'm reading, will allow you to communicate with ATC and all of that good fun stuff right here into plane without going, Los Angeles Center, Cebu 572. You don't have to do any of that, folks. It's unless they're not there and they're not using it. So obviously this is going to be something coming. Now, American Virtual, or Virtual American, however we say it, put a bug in the back of my mind when I was reading through their documentations and all there, and I'm like, oh my. And yeah, that oh my has happened. All right, but for today, we're going to just kind of introduce the plane to y'all. Y'all, a lot of you have flown it, but if you have not updated to 1.8.1 through Skunkcraft, you're not going to get everything you're going to see, and there's still more to see. That's the great news here. All right, enough said, folks. Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to, for now, put this away, and I'm going to bring Sim Toolkit up. I say cautiously. There it is. All right, so there's Sim Toolkit. And again, folks, if you don't have this program, I'm going to say shame on you. It's a free program, folks, offers a lot of great tools for you, hence the name Sim Toolkit. From being able to see your load sheet, this is all directed at SimBrief. If you notice, there's a theme. Get a SimBrief account, it's free. Get Sim Toolkit, it's free. And this airplane comes alive for you, folks, and can be turned around and going like the real world. All right, so one of the features, we're on what's called the flight summary page. I can look at my ATIS here, METARs, operating flight plan, and my loadout. 142 people, 31,240 pounds of payload will yield in the neighborhood of 121 to 33 pounds of zero fuel weight. After we load 10,989 or thereabouts, we'll be up to 132 222. So, really good, fun flight ahead. 38,000. Yeah, I think we're going to make it, folks. 35 on the CI. And, well, folks, it's going to just be a fun time. So that being said, away with Sim Toolkit. All right, so let's get into it. Now, I am not going to use the checklist. Folks, if you're new to the plane, use them. I might use them eventually down the road. I'm thinking of a video series on this plane. I just really need to learn a lot more on that FMC. But this is going to just kind of open the door to you and say, look at this, X-Plane 12. .02R1 is the current version, and then we have Toliss in here with their latest from when you do the Skunkcraft update, 1.8.1. Folks, like I said, I think I've got my eyes back in the socket, but we're gonna find out. So, all right, so real quick, let's maybe, there we go. All right, so we're going to head up to the overhead. All right, so the batteries are in auto. External power's already on. We'll turn on the ground control, cruise supply, and turn off our fuel pumps. All right, we're going to do fire checks right now. And I do them all at the same time. Checklist has them broke up. I do them. Why not do them at the same time? All right, let's go ahead and put some lights out there. Strobes. Okay, and quick light check. Everything looks good. Okay, all looks good. All right. Get that turned off. All right, all the rest of the lighting is set. I'm going to go ahead and bump this up because we are going to be running pretty close to a full load. All right, so external power's on, fuel pumps off. Let's get to the quick loadout here. Now, I'm going to show you some things. Whoops, went too far. I am not going to use these. A couple of reasons. One, I have run into it in the past where they, for some reason, didn't load. Oh, let me go back. You can put your fuel in here. Mind you, it's taking it from here up to your amount or down to your amount. So you're going to do, like for us, 2,000, 1,000 something. Off the top of my head, I don't know. And then come over here, work your cargo, hit load. And you can also do that with the attendant. Page 2, we put in our packs. What I do instead, folks, and I know a lot of you are going to go, why don't you use what's on the plane? I find it for myself right now easier to go here and go here. Maybe. Try this again. There we go. It just didn't want to move. All right, so we got 142 people. Right there. Zero fuel weight, we said, was 121,233. Close enough. Blocking out of here with 10,989 pounds. Okay, I think that's pretty doggone close there, folks, 11,000. So we'll apply and quick refuel and we're ready to go. Now I have also taken my door L1, which is the main door you enter, to open, and my aft, just so that I have them not closing on me just yet. All right, so we'll get rid of this. And now, as the checklist says, I can crank up my APU. Okay, coming down to the middle. What we're looking for here on this screen where it says APU, flap open at this point. It's doing some checks, and then it's opening the flap in the back. Once it's opened and tells us that, then we can go up top, click start. Come back down and we can actually watch it spool up. And you know, I think it really does do it at a pretty good pace. I, on the other hand, come back here. Well, couldn't really hear it. All right, so what we're looking for actually, though, is for it to say avail. And it's just, there it goes. Basically, it's going to turn on our gens. And then once we're on our bleed, it'll show the pressure. Okay. Moving on. Cockpit lights are set. Flap levers, so that's going to be all the way down here, so we're going to just work our way up. Again, sorry for the cough there. Alright, so the parking brake set, spoilers are down, flaps are up, radar's off, transponder is on standby, radios are on, and I always check, make sure they're moving. We had one of our A330 videos and they weren't moving at all. Took about 5-10 minutes of precious time to fix the problem, but once we did, we were good to go. So it's always good to do it now. Alright, so you can see our doors are open. Alright, so the big things though was landing gear down, 3 green. Then we move up to the overhead, wipers are off, and cross bleed is auto. Probe heat right here is auto. Airbus, folks, if it's black, unless it says something, it's on. Otherwise, it'll say off, just like this switch does. Just making sure air conditioning panel set and cross bleed air conditioning temperature set. Faults on our gens. Ventilation panel is set, and we're ready to get to work with the ADIRs. All right, so with the ADIRs, all you do is go to nav, wait for on-bat to go off. Number 2 is way over here. Again, waiting for on-bat to go out. Number 3. Some will turn 1, 2, 3 on, and then wait for it to go off. You know, it's not much longer, folks, really. All right, strobe lights are in auto. Nav lights, we've selected 2. And seat belts, they're going to remain off for now while we're getting ready to bring people on the plane. See, smoking is in the on position. Emergency lights armed. Landing elevation, auto. Pack flow as required. We're a heavy load. We're going to actually go to high. And finally, we've done the fuel pumps can come back on. Kind of funny we're turning them on after the AP. But it, you know, it is what it is. Fire test already completed. Battery or radios 3. 1 and 2 are up and ready. And set properly. Alright folks, at this point we are to where we can start working the McDo. Alright. Like I said, you can go into the data, you can go into the ATC comms and all of that, especially you guys out there that know this plane inside and out because you fly it every day. It's going to shock you folks, it really is. I'm still trying to even wrap my head around some of this stuff. So, alright, so we're going to get ready to go here. Alright, so we're going to do, now, don't rush. Let it work. Let it help you out. We're due out of here at 15 after the hour, folks. So we got plenty of time. All right, so we do the init request, and here's what'll happen. Does a data link. Oh, look, there's your flight plan. Not done yet. And there it's filled it all in, folks. It also has your flight plan data in there. Your performance, not your performance, your initialization, if we go to page B, it's already there. All right, so let's go ahead, align the IRS like always. I know we all would like to align the IRS, but we're not talking about the same entity. Okay, come back to init. All right, so everything is ready to go on your first page. Now, we go init, then I go to F plan. I know there's a neat acronym that goes with all of this, folks. I'm sorry. I'm a private pilot, public safety officer out at the airport I work at, and I don't know all that stuff. But I do know how to get what I need on this page. Go to the airport we're departing from, Cebu, RPVM, departure, runway 4. Departure for today is Mulan, 4P, something to that effect. Molo for Papa. Don't think we have a transition. It's not really showing up. Let me look real quick. Actually there are, but I think because of my flight plan in there, it automatically triggers to it. But let's find out. All right, there are none. So we'll hit temporary insert and voila, it's in. What I'm going to do is go ahead and go into flight plan now, back it down to 20, and let me bring us, let me pull this up and bring in charts, see if we're going to be able to do all of this for the first part. Well, let's just kind of, I think that'll work. All right, so as you look at the chart here, this is charts 8, folks. Yeah, make it a little bigger. All right, so we're going to come off runway 4, heading 47 to 2,500 feet or higher, and then we're going to go direct Cebu to Moloch. So we're going to make sure it says that over here, all right? So we're set up on plan. I brought it down to 20. We're looking for 2 things, discontinuities, actually 3 things. Discontinuities, when you go to the next one, if you see that route spew off 5,000 miles or, even way out of, route, folks, we only have to go 300 miles. So if it goes 500 miles in a direction, guess what? Something's in there wrong. And then thirdly, we're just making sure everything's in sync. Okay, Cebu, Aquino, Moloch, and you can see how it centers as you move up. Think of this right now working like that step button, boy, guys. Moloch. Okay. Now, at this point, that's all we can do with the charts program. So we'll leave that as it is. We move this back. All right. All right, so from here, we now do that. We're just looking for any discontinuities until we get to RPL. Charts is going to come back. And for this one, we're going to be shooting the Conde 3 Romeo. And I believe into runway 6. Let's just make sure. Variable winds currently, so yeah, runway 6 works great. For arrivals. Alright, we're going to play with this program here just for a few seconds. RPL. Approach. I am going to keep it simple. Let's see. Okay, and it was Kodar. Hang on, folks. Three Romeo. MIA. Okay, so we're going to be coming, second, Conde to Trent's. Now, MIA is actually Manila, not Miami. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and this will leave a open spot. Okay, so we left out at Conde, Morris, William. William should be at 6,000 or higher, 230 maximum. Then we, okay, Tress, however you want to say it, to Tara. Oh, right onto the ILS. Okay, cool. Looks good, folks. See how that's just going to roll us right into it. We'll look at the ILS. Tara is here, and we just work our way in. It's a 11-mile final. Hey, everything's looking good, folks. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back, and we're going to continue on. I'm going to get rid of charts. All right, so the F plan is now loaded. Next up is RAD nav, next door to it. Just want to make sure the navigation's set up the way you want for the departure, and looks good to me. Coming up next is the init B page. Now we have an A, which is what you're looking at. B, see these arrows up here? They're telling you. So you come over here and you verify. So what I'm going to do is move this down and over. Bring up our handy dandy screen again. All right, so 121.2. I am going to actually put 121.3. Rounding up here, folks. 28.6 is good. 11.0 on the fuel, outstanding. And that takes care of the init B. You can go look at your percentages, your final time, and so forth. Now we get to the fun page. This is where you can do this in so many different ways. There's actually a site out there if you're on my live stream, folks, which, by the way, we do stream live on Twitch many of the weekdays. So if you catch us there, you'd be able to go !perf, give you a link to take you right there. But it's a great performance page, more so I think for the Microsoft world, although we can use it here at X-Plane. Second way is well, let me show you, because I'm not going to, well, let me see how difficult it is. Okay, let's do it this way. This is your second way. You could click uplink here or off one of your data pages. Okay, don't know that route, but I do know if you go here, a couple of pages later, this page is filled out. The new way with version 1.8.1 stands right here. Look at all this data filled in, folks. I don't know if that's our winds or not. Pretty sure that's not our outside air temperature. Okay, I lied. 10, 12, we'll have to look at it. But you could fill in, make sure the data fills in correctly. Runway conditions, all of that. And click compute. It is set for inches of mercury, and it's going to read off your X-plane weather. And the way to find that is just simply go to the map, zoom in. For those of you new to X-plane, pull up your airport by clicking the runway, click details. Here's your weather, 29874. So you see it is giving a lot of stuff here. I prefer to go with what it says in the real world. But let's, for fun, see what it computes. All right, so what it's done is it's taken this. Now I said to flex. All right, flexing is kind of like TO1, TO2, and it gives you a temperature. It's pretty, I'm very high above it, but in the general ballpark. All right, so flexing it will just, and your throttle is set in notches. Flex, or climb, flex, maximum, toga. So toga is of course maximum power. And this is flexed to 68 degrees. So that's putting V1 at 108 to 138, and you can see the rest. Okay, status okay. The other cool thing it shows, if you set your stuff up right here, then you're going to get good stuff here. So it even tells you how much of the runway. By the way, folks, long runway. I think we got 10,000. Let me make sure I did not. Okay, good. I did not screw up. Okay. Back to RPVM. Yeah, we have almost 11,000 feet. So, folks, oh, it says right on there. Boy, I'm blind. But this is the newest, greatest. I mean, I've been wondering what this was going to look like. And I just want to learn a couple of the nuances before I use it. What I'll do over here, though, is click Update. And again, I have 2 pages. Okay, so all I have to do and insert. And let's see, are we close? 132, yes and no. 136, you know, but, oh wait, this is flexing. This is not flexing, this is toga. There's no flex temperature here. So, this is the newest way, the using the EFB. Also have this for landing, folks. So take a look at it en route. That's going to be something interesting, because there we've been kind of just, you know, winging it. You know, this may come in really handy. And again, their numbers may be different. Who knows? But trim looks good. I mean, looking here, trim up 0.4. Green dot 205. And so, I mean, overall, it's good. Let's do this. Let's try it. Toga. Compute. 109 to 132, 132, 136. So it does change, and look, a lot less runway needed, because you're at pretty much maximum power. All right, enough said on this. All right, folks, that there is your McDo. Folks, you're ready to push. Believe it or not, all you got to do is get doors closed, which now we're waiting on, and that's the goal. You want to be waiting on the flight attendants. Sometimes it is our, you know, getting the, because what happens is they'll get everything in there, and then they'll send their package to off-site place, choose the numbers, and sends back the data that we just got. So it's taking all the people, the cargo, the locations, the CGs, the fuel, the flight plan, the whole 9 yards, and chews it up in a computer, and then it comes back via the ACARS into the McDo system, I think through the ACARS. Again, I only play a pilot on YouTube and Twitch. Wish I mean, I miss flying, I really do. Alright, so that takes care of this. Alright, so the final steps here, and that is set the altimeters. What I'm going to do, curious, 1012 it is, okay. I set LS and the constraints, LS and the constraints over here. 38,000. Let me see what kind of ATC, if any, has come up on VATSIM. None. Okay. We are going to go direct to 38. So what I'll do is come up, maybe. get this go up to 38. Okay, there we go. All right, and any skids on, switching panels. Right here, folks, all the switches are 12 o'clock, so they're in the right position. Transponder. All right, real quick, we're going to go over this. Just because it's in auto, folks, does not put it in mode C. Mode C, bear with me one, I'm going to bring it on here. Okay, up here is X Pilot. Now you look across here where you see disconnect, mode C, ident, and so forth. You see them highlighting. Mode C has to be showing green. Otherwise, controllers, some of them, a big, they don't know how to handle it. So, and they will be on you. I mean, it's unreal how bad it got with me once. And I came so close to disconnecting. Just turning it to on, you see, didn't do anything. Okay, flight factor, that will. If you're into flight factor A320, boom, that'll do it. In Toliss, you got to actually move your TCAS lever to at least altitude report off. That's it. And then you set above and below. TCAS is set. Beacon will be turning on momentarily. All right, so what I'm going to do, I think I hear thunder. Let's see, do we? It's hard to tell. The last time I flew this flight a couple days ago, which was Manila to here, folks, we had a really well-developed thunderstorms showing pretty decently here in X-Plane. See if we get the same niceties out of it. Now I will come down here and go ahead and use my mechanics. And they will start to close. And you can see they're closed. We're on the APU, so I'm going to come off the external power. Back down. And let's come off of external power here. Over on the attendant side, just set it to auto. And we'll walk away from it, and doors closed. All right, folks, let's go ahead and push this sucker back. Here we go. Better push back.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, we're gonna razzmatazz a little bit. And what I'm doing is just setting up a general pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And real quick, just a quick gander around the plane, so we just have to get the jetway out. There it goes. And at the same time, let's go ahead and pull the chocks. Okay. All we're waiting on is the pushback tug. Now, they, as far as I know, folks, there are no welcome announcements on here, which is fine. No announcements at level. And
okay, All
and
doors
what
and
have you.
hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Go ahead and connect. Give you a little shot out the windows here. Beacons on. Now the strobes are in what's called auto. Until the aircraft leaves the ground, they will stay
Tow
off.
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So once you leave the ground, the lights will come on. It's a nice fail-safe in case you forget. And likewise, when you land, as soon as you touch down, they turn off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to start up number 2. Like making sure we're clear. All right, let's do it. Startup in this plane, folks, is super easy. That's it. Move your start lever to the right, 1 click, click engine 1 or 2. Doesn't get any easier than that, folks. All right. It's spooled up. Okay, we're still spooling. The gray box is still here. It'll say avail right up here when it's ready. Just like that. You miss it, folks, and it looks... And it looks like that, but there's no gray box. More than likely, if everything's stable, folks, you're good. You just missed it. See how we're doing. We'll go ahead and crank up number.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right. While she's doing that, we're just watching the engine spool up. Once we get a veil, we start a 3-minute warm-up timer, which should be coming any second now that the gen's on. Starting the timer. So it's a 3-minute timer, folks. And we still have things to do, so. Okay, bleed off. Spoilers to armed. Now to arm your spoilers, pull up the lever, see the white ribbon. Go to 1. Pitch trim.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Ah, she didn't tell us to go have fun. Dang it. And what we're looking for is she'll come out of the truck and holding the pins. And what I'll do is just one of these, and I know you guys are going, that's how you signal the taxi. Well, they may not see us up here, folks, so hitting them with the lights gives them that. Right, flaps are set to 1, ground spoilers are armed. I'm going to set the trim. So let's go to the control page. Trim is right here. And we were to go to, what was it? Up 4. Okay, trim set. While I'm here, why don't we knock out another bird with the one stone? Let's get the flight controls checked. Okay, and now you can see the test starting to show up. We need to set the brakes to max. Come up here, alert the flight attendant, and then actually do the test. And now you see we're coming right up on the 3 minutes. Boom. Okay. Only thing is, I think the APU is still running. But we can shut that down en route. Here we go. Oh yeah, we got to arm the doors and slides, which actually the flight attendants would do. There we go. Let's go. All right, nose wheel light on. Turn offs. Brakes work. Flight controls checked. Auto brake set. Terrain radar will be turned on here momentarily. And there we go, folks, on our way. Let me go ahead and all right, and finally, engine mode. All right, they say if it's raining or precipitating, let's just put it that way, and below a certain temperature, you turn that on. Doesn't say so here. I have a different checklist that runs through that. But basically, folks, got about a minute and a half to get down to the end of the runway, but we're on time out of here. And ATC is still clean. Nice reflection in the water below us. But overall, folks, X-Plane 12, really been good. I've been with the testing, if you will, the general release probably since release or beta 3 or 4, when I finally pulled the trigger. And folks, I mean, yeah, there have been some fun times where you're like, oh my God, really? And those oh my God really's changed, and it's a really nice looking sim. Could they do more? Heck yeah. Of course they could. I mean, I could probably run a list a few miles long. Got a couple items in their, hopefully in their wheelhouse they're working on. But overall, though, I have to say, I'm really liking this. Glad I stuck it out. Still have X-Plane 11, folks, because not all the aircraft are over here. So when I want to fly the 727 or the Caravan, I go over to X-Plane 11. So that being said, folks, the clouds, that was one of the big ticket items. Amazing. Done a great job. Aircraft wise, the Airbus 330, I am really, there has been a lot of talk that they're going to be releasing within the out of the box Airbus 330, the Mactan and that with it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Right now is just your default X-Plane FMC. The one of the gems that come with this thing, folks, is the Citation 10. Folks, that is an awesome plane with a custom FMC for it. It's default. It's what comes out of the box when you buy X-Plane 12. It's not like, you got to wait and a mod comes out like, no, it's in X-Plane when it comes to you. You buy it, you download it, it's there. So, now, I will contrast it, and it's not meant to be in a negative form, because that airplane is amazing. And that is the Zebo 737. It is a mod you put into the sim that works from the default 737-800 and takes it equal to, if not in a lot of different areas, better than PMDG. And it too is free. So folks, I can't tout this sim more than I have. So, but anyway, we're at the end of the runway. Enough with that. Let's get in here, get some quick takeoff checks done. I want to do a rolling takeoff. So, all right. Takeoffs, chromes on. All right, clearing out. Cebu traffic, Cebu 572, departing runway 4. Or that's the room where I'm starting. What's this guy? Okay. Maybe not a factor. All right. So we're coming onto the runway, folks. Runway checks. All complete. Takeoff checks complete. Here we go. Yeah, I know. I should have been on the throttles by now, but I got to get the lights on, folks. Here we go. %. Okay, we got 400 feet. I'm going to go ahead and kick the autopilot on and take over from here. All right, so landing gears up, ground spoilers can be disarmed. Okay, we should be getting ready to go into climb, and we are. And again, it's telling you where your throttle is. Throttle, climb. Okay, anti-ice not needed. Altimeters are set, and we're above S speed, and that means we can bring the flaps up. The orange is, got to turn this to TARA. And I'm going to go ahead now and turn these on. And road terrain on this one. There you go, folks. We are airborne. Should be into our destination here in about 45 minutes. All right, we are climbing out, folks. The weather radar is painting a little bit up along our route. We'll see how that pans out. And you can see how the terrain is panning out on this one. Okay. All right, folks, there you go. The climb out is complete. We're through transition. Now we head up to 38,000 as we are crossing Cebu. Now, the ToLis A319, this new version comes with IAE engines, obviously the shark fins, and the normal winglet for the Airbus. So, you do, I mean, it's just a phenomenal product, folks. as you can't tell, I can't say enough about it. And what I'm going to begin to learn here, probably, wow. So this is going to be a fun. May start dedicating a lot more flights to it, but you know, it's worth it. This plane is really amazing. The other neat thing is, of course, the one thing with the default aircraft, folks, I'm just going to go back to them real quick. They come with full interiors. Not like your usual Microsoft in the older days. I can't speak for the new folks. That's why you don't hear me. I can't speak for them. But the older ones, they didn't put any kind of seats or anything in them. You had to find that. And yeah. So, by the way, there's our traffic I was alluding to. Heading to a different airport, but they're flying well above us. And it does look like we're going to see some thunderstorms up ahead, folks. So we'll see how it looks. All right, folks, while we're climbing out, I'll let you be, let you relax. And we'll run a little bit of music in the background and head us on our way. Alright folks, this is a hop, skip, and a jump. We're gonna basically hit top of climb and then turn around and head back down. So, what I am going to do is begin gathering data so that I can put it into our FMC. We're gonna use, let's see how this landing goes. Winds. That pretty much is it, folks, in a nutshell. Other than, let me look at Sim Toolkit. Yeah, we should be dry. Okay. Alright, so we should only use 4,400 feet of runway. If you follow Flying with Mike at all, you know, we'll see. Oh, look at that, it even shows the METAR. Let me see, is that the current METAR? 1013, variable. Six at 1 o'clock. It sure is. Wow. That's really cool. All right, so a lot of information right there, folks. But let's get to top of climb. We're only like 30-40 minutes out, folks. I mean, it's not like we're going to take an hour or two to get there. No, we're going to come up to top of climb, level, come right back down. Right now, many airlines would probably turn off their seatbelt signs now so that they can make some money. On that liquor sale. Alright, so there you go. Let's take a look out the windows. Oh yeah, we're starting to get into the weather. I mean, we're not seeing cumulonimbus like you would expect, but you know what? For a default weather, folks, is really good. I mean, even, again, the older Microsofts, you didn't get those towering cubes. You got them a couple of thousand feet below you to a couple of thousand feet above you. Even if they did say 60,000. That's when you get programs like Active Sky, other weather programs out there to compensate, give you that look you want. Rex was another good one. More texture than weather, but still good. Oh look, we're in the rain. Yeah, we're showing it on the radar too. Spotty up ahead. All right, folks, that's our top of climb. Just after Sacra will be top of descent. But again, thanks for watching, folks. If you like what you've seen so far, want to get more of it, click subscribe, folks. It's the only way to know to see the videos after the streams. If you want to see it live, head over to Twitch, Flying with Mike, and enjoy. Love to have you over there. We can interact a lot easier and hear what's on your mind. So, but for now, like I said, this is for my YouTube gathering, and I hope you all enjoy it. Just a nice little short hop from Cebu to Manila in the updated X-Plane 12 A319. And boy, folks, are you in for a treat. Right, top of climb at about 800 miles or 800 feet. And if you are here at YouTube, you've noticed we fly a wide range of aircraft, from Citations to King Airs and Citations to 747s, 767s, the Airbus 320, 319s, and the Zeebo. Folks, that keeps me hopping. And of course some military variants in those, couple of those. So, glad you're here. And I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. Alright, before I go get a glass of water here first, foremost. Let's get this thing updated. 1013. Okay, so what we'll do, go to next page. One more time. QNH. QNH is your altimeter setting. You can put it in 29.91 if you want. You gotta do it that way though. Or if you just are like me, trying to do it as real as you can, 1013 millibars. Temperature 28. Winds variable. Okay, now the last fields we got to fill in is DH and MDA. You find those on the charts, folks. Hang on a second. Okay, so let's go to the ILS. And again, we're going to come off the approach to Tara. Fly it in, frequencies are 109.1, heading 061, take us right in. But we're going to take 280 or 264 now. Which is which? The bold says DA, parenthesis says height. Okay, so what I do with the way this page looks, M is for me, I use it like you would mean sea level. Helps me out a lot. Plus the word DA is in it. 280. We'll use that one. Now, 264 is what that translates over the ground. That's fine, folks. We're going to be visual in here. So I plan to come off the ILS once I have the runway fully in my sights. "28 miles. There's our top descent. All right, so let's get caught up here. Okay, landing elevation shows auto. McDo's are set. Flight plans, winds are in. 20 miles out. Still got a little ways to go. Speed brakes to half. And it will set at 11,000. Our QNH. Alright, time to come down. Okay, so we're going to be a bit high. So here's how I remedy that. First, set up a good descent, open descent. And then I will just start into a hold. If I would hit the right button. Give you a chance here, folks, to see the new weather engine that X-Plane has been touting, and I'm here to say, folks, I'm glad I flew this a few days ago with a friend of mine to Cebu, and we really got to see firsthand what it looked like. Okay, and yep, we are headed right for that cell. Right, and just as quick as we went in, we're back out. But that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and start working us back towards it. The minimum was 16,000, so that's the base of our descent. And then I should be able to start in on it. All right, folks, so let's just go ahead and roll right into it. Okay, so we're just going to kind of work our way back towards our track to Condi and then roll into a 320 direct Boris. Okay. Okay, and we're lining up with Boris. Yeah, we're 1,000 feet under, but we'll be okay. We're then gonna start our descent from back over Condi down to 9,000, then down to 6, and then ultimately 5,000 to set up for the ILS. Okay, checklist items. Okay, we're still, let's check our rad nav just to be safe. Okay, our ILS folks. IML, okay, I see that there, 109.1. And our front course, 063, 061. Not gonna worry about it. We'll make it. We'll make it happen. Okay, let's get back to perf. Alright, so we are, once we come off Boris, headed to Wayham, I will, actually I can go ahead and do that now, get LS on. Shows our frequency is just not tuned in yet. Constraints. Actually, it's tuning in now, so. Okay, 1013. Set cross-checked. Now I turned the engine ice on because of the weather we were going through, and I'm gonna leave it on to landing. See if I'm gonna need to adjust over here. All right. Okay, we're going to cross at or above 9,000. Okay, there's Morse off to Wayham. Maximum speed now is 230. We got about 21 miles-ish to roll. Then from Wayham to Treese, we'll slow to 210 down to 5,000, and then ultimately heading on down to Terra at 2,500 feet. So there you go, folks. Again, an introductory look at the 319. We're right now version 1.8.1. Folks, it's amazing the additional equipment, I guess is the best word to use here, added to it. So tools would be another one. So folks, you know, if you're really on the fence, you're looking for that quality aircraft, I'm right now blown away with this one. So hopefully I can get some things figured out and we can go through and start building up a nice training videos on flying the A319. Not going to say every flight will be down here, but the weather sure makes it fun. But not to say the weather, folks, we flew the old version, the older one, a few weeks ago around Christmas time into St. Louis with a lot of ice, a lot of snow, very cold temperatures. And folks, we iced up with wing ice, engine ice, and probe ice on. I'd like to know what I did not have on. And, yeah. So, guarantee if we can find that, we're going to get into it. So, let's go ahead, wrap up this introduction here to the plane. And then, let me know on our Discord channel, folks. That'll be a link in the description below. If you are interested in training videos on this plane. Right, so here we are at 7. Did I said 7? Dang it, I meant 6. And we'll do our best. So, but yeah, meet us over at our Discord channel, folks, 24/7. We're trying to really amp it up. We'd love to have, especially real bus pilots, helping us out here to talk about some of the systems now modeled on this plane, and more importantly, what to do kind of deals. A quick reaction checklist. Okay, we're getting very close, folks. All right. Weather is kind of deteriorating here. We're going to call over Treese, and then Terra. Manila traffic, Cebu 572, Toliss inbound for Tara, runway 6. All of a sudden got really busy here, folks. Okay. Would we say medium? Okay. See us starting to get tossed about here, folks. Okay. All right. Be lower into gear here in a minute. Okay, looking for the runway. Alright, we're gonna go all the way down.
$2,500.
Manila traffic, Cebu 572 is 6 mile final, runway 6.
$2,000.
Laps full. I do have the airport in sight. All right. Here we go, folks. Gear down, flaps full, cabin check, and that's just click one of the circles. Now you see it's all green. Okay, we're getting a little low. And Manila 3 mile final, runway 6, Cebu 572.
1,000.
Oh great, someone's on the run. Oh, I think the runway's clear. Good.
500. 400.
100 above.
300.
Oh, good. They are holding short. Good.
Minimum.
200. 100.
Landing.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Retard.
10.
5.
Come out of reverse, airplane. Sorry, folks, doing too many things at once. Manila, the Cebu 572's clear runway 6. It's gonna make me stop. You know that? And now I realized what I was doing wrong. Okay, what I was doing wrong, folks, with multi-screens, I gotta make sure I click on the right screen. That's what I was doing wrong. But that's on my system, folks. Yours could be different. Okay. And we'll be taxiing to Terminal 3. All right, folks, we're on the ground. Looks like 283 for the landing rate, and we're just taxiing in. Had a great time on this, folks. We'll take a look at that landing here in a second. As soon as I get flap open, we'll get the APU spooling. All right, so let's come down here. Actually, we'll go here. Terrain radar off down here. You know, I think what we'll do is plan on parking. I'll show you where we came out of. Now, whether they actually do that or not here, I have no idea. But I actually went to Cebu City from back here. Actually, so the traffic can see me, I'm just going to head over here. All right, final checks here, folks. Flaps are up, engine mode normal, ground spoilers disarmed, brake fan. Oh yeah, we ought to turn that on for a little bit here. And as you can tell, we're getting into the heavier aircraft. And I'm just going to roll right in here. Looks good enough for me. And we'll just set the brakes here. All right, not really sure which jetway will be taking care of us. Let's see, APU bleed can go on. Anti-ices are off, and we're going to go ahead and shut her down. Had a bad feeling. It's kind of funny. Anyway, all right, let's check the lights. Everything's off. Beacons can turn off. Lapse times can turn off. 1 hour, 12 minutes, folks. And fuel pumps off. And there you go, folks. Welcome in. Been my pleasure flying for you today. Let's see if the doors will start. They're starting their auto work right now. So we'll let it go for a little bit as we wrap things up. And I hope you all had a great time. Let me show off a little bit more of Sim Toolkit here. Shall I? Shall I? Yes. Hang on, oh, we got someone paused to look at people around them, I'll bet. Oh boy. All right, well, we're going to come off. All right, so we're off of VATSIM now, folks. And as you can tell, we're deboarding. Now, we've kept the chocks and all off the plane. So I can do this much faster this way. Waiting for everything. Okay, let's get Sim Toolkit up here and then let's talk the landing out. The good, the bad, the ugly parts of it. The ugly parts of it were not clicking the right screen to come out of reverse thrust. That, you know, but eventually we did and we were good. All right, so Sim Toolkit's a great tool, folks. I remember I told you in the beginning it's not just for people who stream or do videos. It's for everyone. It gives you a live map. If you go here, shows you everybody in the world. It'll show you, like right now, let's just zoom in here to where we're at. Okay, all the green obviously is, guess who? VATSIM. That little guy is me. Now, one thing, if you get to an airport you're not familiar with and you don't have your charts program and the tower says taxi via Romeo 2, Echo 2, November 6th to November 4, look what you've got here, folks. You've got it all right here. So, again, another great tool. What we're going to do, though, is go to our logbook. It automatically filed it right here. Click on it. Click View Details. There's our hold. You saw it. And then this is going to give you the basics. So we touched down at 125. Let's see if we can see it. 130 was our V approach speed. Okay, so not bad. Okay, 283, not bad. Let's see how it looked on the runway. Yeah, you heard me say that, folks. How did it look on the runway? All right, so from here, the end of the runway, up to this long white line with the blue dot on it. Now the blue dot's not out there in real life. That signifies a displaced threshold. You are not supposed to land in there. I don't care what you do on the flight sim, but in the real world, you are not supposed to land in there. Okay? You start from the threshold going forward. Okay? So here's your threshold. All of these hash marks are 500 feet down the runway. Think of it like a golf course. Many golfers tell me as you go down a fairway, especially on your long par 5s, there are trees, bushes, landmarks to kind of give you an idea how far away from the pin you are. Think of them the same way. How far from the end of the runway, yet how far do you have left to go? Okay, you're on an 11,200 foot runway, folks, so staying within the landing zone, while still a great idea, you could get away with, you know, pushing it a little. All right, for us, now the other big feature is right here. This is the aiming point on the runway. This is where when you're coming down instrument, you look up, you're aiming now to touch down on those pads. Big, big eyeball spot. Right next to them is your PAPIs. Oddly enough, that's where they want you to touch down on the ILS too. So, and then the last thing to say about this, folks, where the hash marks end, that's the end of the formal landing zone. That's what pilots ultimately strive to do while yet trying to grease the runway. Greasing a landing is the goal. And then you start seeing them again down here. So that lets you know, hey, I'm running out of runway. So overall, this was a really good landing, folks. Pitch, I think I flared a little early, but overall looks good. And what we're going to try and do now is let's just kind of go back and look at it. That's kind of funny. Like I said, you never know. And the way that's set up, you can see why. You got to come down the opposite side. So, oh well, you know, hey, whatever. All right, so we're going to try and replay, folks. go to flight. And for those in the Microsoft world, this is built in to X-Plane. Oh, and we are going to get it. And you can go back anywhere in this flight and relive it. Only thing is, you cannot be on VATSIM. It will disconnect you. But yeah, you don't have to start it. You don't have to anything. It's automatic. And we'll fast forward, which you can do also once you're set and running. But we can do it at any time. I can go all the way back to when I first started the flight sim. Today. Alright, so let's see how this really turned out. One feature I'm not all that pleased with is the rain effect, but they are working on it. Okay, there's those landing marks that I told you about, the aim. Look at that. Ooh. Nice. Let's go back out and look at it again, shall we? Not bad. All right, folks, so there you go. Fun time here in the Philippines. Great weather to work with, and overall, just a fun time. Again, let me know. Head over to our Discord channel. Again, it's down in the remarks. Let us know what you think. If you think you would really like to learn about this plane, because I know I do. I can do a series of videos on it, breaking it down, getting it started. We won't go through maybe all of the flights, but you know, we'll take it one piece at a time. See how the passengers fared on it. But again, let me know over on Discord. Love to hear you, General. I don't care where you put it. Just let me know. Or, better yet, put a comment. Let me know. I forgot we could just put comments in here. So, boy, look at that landing. Not bad. Little off the center line and all, but you know, hey, one can't be a beggar, can't be choosy. There you go, folks. There you go. We're going to look at it again from a couple more angles. And final one will be from the tower. That looked really good, folks. Just idle reverse is all we were. We never even put it into full reverse. How'd the tower see it? But yeah, that rain effect on the runway, it's still made it very hard into Vegas one day to land. But folks, that is all she wrote for today. I hope you enjoyed it, folks. Hope you learned a little thing as we kind of introduce, introduce the A319. It's when we're trying to multitask, folks. It never works for me. So, again, folks, enjoyed the short flight. I hope you did as well. And we will see you. We'll be live Monday morning, Monday afternoon, I should say, in the 727. So we look forward, if you're so inclined, to see you there over at Twitch. Otherwise, folks, thanks for being for watching. Hit subscribe. I'd love for you to do that. Check off that bell so you get notified when new ones come about. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you again for being a part of the broadcast, and hope to see you on another one. God bless you all. Have a great day. God bless you.